tight ends, defense. Some of the hardest positions to get the highest scoring players right. But don't you worry, that's what we're here for. We'll help you pick some good tight ends and defenses this week. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and leave in the comments the tight end you think who scores the most fantasy points this week. We're going to put you in a drawing to win a free week of FantasyCruncher Pro. Let's get to it. Let's kind of talk through what our options are, because bluntly, there aren't a whole lot. Obviously, we got Travis Kelce at the top. He's the best. He's facing the Raiders. He's just very expensive. After that, we got the George Kittle, Zach Ertz, Hunter Henry, Mark Andrews tier. Zach Ertz is questionable, and it's at Miami. They have to win, but they kind of should be able to win without him. If he plays, I'd like him, but again, expensive. Kind of hope he sits. Then we can get Dallas Goedert. He's only 5,200. He'd become like the default number one tight end in that scenario. Gerald Everett's out. So Tyler Higbee's a good option. He got some extra targets last week when Everett went down. I think we could see him get into that 6 to 7 targets range again this week. Arizona, of course, dead last against the tight end. Always interesting to do that. Ryan Griffin, very good option here. Again, mentioned him on my video last week. Just didn't get a lot of yardage, but again, always a factor in the red zone. He's a good option. Darren Waller, mentioned him in the wide receiver video. No Hunter Renfrow. They're going to need someone to go over the middle. He's been getting a lot of targets lately, just hasn't put it all together. This could be a nice spot to put it all together against that Chiefs defense. Greg Olsen against the Redskins. I mean, anyone can score against the Redskins. Jack Doyle, no Eric Ebron this week, so that's an option as well. Yeah, not just this week for Eric Ebron. He's out for the season. So, again, ever since that goose egg, or de facto goose egg, against the Steelers, he's been pretty good. So I don't mind him as well. Actually, he put a goose egg in Week 11. That's why he's not even showing no targets. So he did have a no target game in here, but Eric Ebron's gone. He should get 5-6 targets this week. Mike Gesicki has been kind of emerging himself lately. Just hasn't really put the yardage and touchdown game together yet. But, you know, if you're down here, he's not bad. Vance McDonald, kind of the same situation. They changed quarterbacks. We'll have to see what it is with Hodges. He was getting a bunch of targets under the Rudolph administration at quarterback, but I don't know what he's going to do with the new guy. But, again, 5K, you know, you can't really be too picky down here when you're playing a guy down here. And honestly, that's probably as low as I would go. You can't really play Dwelly with Kittle back, and Noah Fant against the Chargers with Drew Lock at quarterback, most likely. Ugh. So, again, I'd probably try to stick to either one of those top guys or take Goddard, Doyle, or Gesicki, or Vance. It's ugly. It's ugly. I fully acknowledge it's ugly. But, you know, that's why it's the tight end position. It's why the good ones are priced up, and they make a lot of money because there aren't a whole lot of them. All right, let's talk about defense this week. This is actually one of the more interesting defensive weeks I can remember in a while. So we got the Panthers, of course, against the Washington Redskins. They'll be popular. The Eagles against the Dolphins will be popular, but that Dolphins passing attack's been good. I'm not really desperate to do that. The Jets on the road in Cincinnati. You really want to trust the Jets on the road? Eek. Packers on the road? I don't want to trust the Packers on the road. Browns on the road? I don't really want to trust the Browns on the road. Jaguars at home against Tampa? Jaguars' pass secondary is so bad, and Tampa to throw the ball so well. And these are the expensive defenses. Like, I've got these sorted by price, and I still can't. I still am not really finding many good options. Broncos at home against the Chargers. Phillip Rivers is a sack and interception machine. I could see that. Yeah, God, it's like I could see San Fran. I could see Baltimore. I guess those are viable options, but I'm not like running to the bank to play them. Pittsburgh against Cleveland at home, I could see that for sure. Micah Fitzpatrick's been really good. Baker Mayfield's been bad. Everyone's feeling good after the Dolphins win. This could be a reality road check on the road. I could see the Steelers. But again, there isn't this slam dunk option down here, you know? There isn't this team that you're like, this is the slam dunk play. Like, I'm not even high on the Patriots. You know, I think I've played the Patriots every week, and I took them off the slate. That was silly. I like the Patriots, but I'm not in love with them. Their entire defense is sick, and they're playing Deshaun Watson. But again, they have a high floor. Once again last week, 8 fantasy points. That's one of their lowest performances in a while. And they got 1 turnover and 1 block. Like, they just didn't get any sacks against Dak Prescott, which is not really, I don't expect that to happen again. So again, I think they're a viable option. There's a bunch of options, but there's anything that I'm just like, oh my god, I have to have this. So in tournaments last week, you know how I said I was going to play mostly Patriots? I ended up with 92% Patriots. It worked out fine, nothing special. This is a week I think you can kind of spread it around. I think the Panthers are the best of the group, for sure. But after that, I wouldn't mind having some exposure to the Patriots. I wouldn't mind having some exposure to the Colts. I wouldn't mind having some exposure to the Ravens, the 49ers, the Steelers. There's a bunch of defenses that I think are firmly in play this week. But there's really nothing that I'm in love with. So this is one of those weeks I'm definitely going to be looking at those Sunday morning injury reports. See which linemen are out. The lines are so key. If you can find a team with a couple offensive linemen out, target that defense. More likely to get up some sacks, more pressure, more likely to throw interceptions. That's how you get turnovers and win it. So I'm always looking Sunday morning for those offensive line injuries because those can definitely not be on the front minds of the vast majority of players, but those can absolutely help you win a tournament by getting that right defense on the night that they go put up 16 to 18 points when all the other defenses have 4 to 5. Again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave in the comments section the tight end you think will score the most fantasy points. Check out all our other videos, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. And with that, guys, good luck in Week 13. We'll see you here back for Week 14.